once again, welcome back. We are actually after a short break. Without much introduction, I want to go to the topic. The topic for today's discussion is research methods. Before going to the topic, research methods, I want to show you a short news. Now in India, in every newspapers, in every television news channel, it's filled with the news of the exit poll. What's an exit poll? What is the relationship of exit poll with research method? We can look more to the topic today. What is research? Simply, what is research? Re plus search is research, right? We are researching something. Sometimes it may be a new one. Sometimes it may be an addition of knowledge to the current existing topic or current existing knowledge stuff. So research is simply re plus search, research. Research is a creative and systematic work undertaken to increase the stock of knowledge. So it is simply for what research is done? To increase the stock of knowledge. We want to increase our knowledge. For that, research is done. It involves the collection, organization, and analysis of information to increase understanding of a topic or an issue. So we want to dig more about a topic. That is the main reason for conducting research. There are mainly three different types of research: exploratory research, descriptive research, and experimental research. In the exploratory research, we are researching something new which is not known to us. We are researching about something new topic, then it is exploratory research. Next thing is descriptive research. In that, some stuff are known to us, but some other stuff are not known to us. So we are researching about the unknown areas and we want to gather much more information, and the knowledge stock is needed for us. That is regarding the descriptive research. And experimental research is we are digging something more with a concentrated environment. In an experimental condition, we are researching about something. That is the different types of research, and it involves the collection, organization, analysis of data. So some of the research methods, we can look more to the research methods. Research methods are specific procedures for collecting and analyzing data. Developing your research method is an integral part of the research design. So research method is an integral part of a research design. In that, we are studying more about collecting and analyzing the data. Okay? First, we have to decide how will you collect the data. Collection of data based on the characteristics of data. So we can look more to it. That is, the data can be of different types, of different characteristics. Sometimes the data can be qualitative one, otherwise it can be quantitative one. What is qualitative as quantitative data? For example, number of students in a classroom. It is a quantitative data. The behavior of students in a classroom, that is a qualitative data. That is the difference, okay? Quantitative data is something which is quantifiable in nature. The numbers, then the population data, everything is quantifiable one. The qualitative is something which is based on the quality, behavior, such type of things. That is qualitative data. Then primary was secondary data. Will you collect original data yourself or you use the data which is collected by someone else? What is original data? The first-hand data. The primary data is the first-hand data. We are collecting the data freshly from a respondent. That is primary data. Or we are collecting the data freshly by observing something. That is primary data. Secondary data is, of course, it can be said as a second-hand data or a third party using data. We can say it in some way. That is, it is already collected by some other person, and by looking some journals, articles, books, everything, we are collecting data of a particular subject. That is secondary data. Then descriptive was experimental data. Will you take measurement of something as it is, or will you perform an experiment? I already told in descriptive research we are going through to that topic and we are digging more in it and we are collecting it. Experiment mean in a particular experimental condition. We are making experimental condition, and in that particular condition we are making experiments and we are collecting the data. That is experimental data collection. Okay, so first thing is to decide how we can collect the data. Then the second thing is decide how will you analyze the data. We have to know, we must want to know how we can analyze this data. For example, for quantitative data, you can use statistical analysis method to test relationship between variables, etc. Just like ANOVA, regression, t-test, etc. A lot of tests and a lot of methods are there. It is a very wide topic. And if the data is a qualitative one, you can use methods such as thematic analysis to interpret patterns and meanings in the data, and we can use various interpretation methods just like that. Okay, this is about the two things. First thing is how will you collect the data, and the second thing is decide how you are going to analyze the data. By keeping this in mind, we can look to the research method. So in this table, it's clearly telling various research methods and which type of data we want to use, the primary or secondary data, qualitative or quantitative data, and when to use. Okay. So the first thing is experimental. In experiment research method, normally the data used is primary type of data, qualitative or quantitative. Quantitative data in the data which is quantifiable in nature, such type of data is used for experimental data. It is normally using to test the cause and effect relationship. Okay. It's normally used to test what is the cause and effect relationship between two variables or more than two variables, something so. And the next research method is survey method. In the survey method also primary data type is used. The data is also quantitative in type. It is normally used to understand general characteristics of a population. Survey method, we are normally hearing population survey is done, child or children survey is done, vaccination survey is done, a lot of various survey with respect to the population. India is normally conducting surveys in a regular interval of time in order to calculate the number of people, in order to calculate the number of adult, number of children, and a lot of factors. Normally, to understand general characteristics of a particular population, the survey method is done. The next one is interview or focus group method. Interview method, in the interview method also primary type of data is collected. Then the type used is normally qualitative in nature. For example, if I am an employer, I want to know some of the behavioral aspect of my employee, I can do an interview with him so that I can know about his likes, dislikes, his nature, his behavior, his qualitative nature. I can grab the qualitative nature of a particular employee. So normally in interview method, qualitative data is used. When to use to gain more in-depth understanding of a topic. So when we are using this interview or focus group method, focus group means we are focusing on a particular group of people which are our respondent, and we have to know an in-depth knowledge of them. We have to collect some in-depth knowledge from them. Then we are using this interview or focus group method. Then observation method, simple observation. We are observing something. Normally primary data is used and quantitative or qualitative data in this either. Whether we can use qualitative data or we can use quantitative data. And when to use to understand how something occurs in its natural setting. So in the natural condition of itself, how it is occurring. For example, I have to observe a group of people who are working in a factory. I want to observe them cleanly without their knowledge so that I can grab information regarding how they are normally working in a factory. That is regarding that observation method. Then literature review. In the literature review, normally secondary data is used, not primary data. That here also both qualitative and quantitative data can be used. When to use to situate your research in an existing body of knowledge or to evaluate trends within a research topic. Oh, so an existing body of knowledge is already there. In that we are digging something more and we are bringing some more information. That is called a literature review method. Then the last one is case study method. In the case study method is either we can use primary or secondary data. Either we can use qualitative or quantitative data. And when to use to gain an in-depth understanding of a specific group or contest, or when you don't have the resources for a large study. So already the knowledge body exists. In that we want to dig more and more to find something new, okay, or we have to add some more knowledge to it. For that, this case study method is used. So these are some of the common research methods: experiment, survey, interview or focus group, observation, literature review and case study. These are the normal methods we are using. And now finally, what is an exit poll? Simply, an exit poll is an election exit poll is a poll of voters taken immediately after they have exited the polling station. So some of the researcher will come to you when you vote, and when you came out of the polling station, they will simply ask or note your opinion regarding the vote, to whom you have voted. They will take a list from you and they will collect the whole list, and based on that they will figure out, or they will project the election result. They will project the election outcome. That is exit poll. A similar poll conducted before the actual voters have voted is also called entrance poll. So if the poll is taken before you are getting entered to the polling station, it is called entrance poll. Pollsters, usually private companies working for newspapers or broadcasters, conduct exit poll to gain an early indication as to how an election has turned out, as in many elections the actual result may take hours or even months to count. Okay, so normally the pollsters, they are the person who are collecting or gathering the information from you. It can be private company, works for newspapers or broadcasters. For what they are collecting this? To project the outcome of a election. Okay. So from this exit poll, what do you have understand about the research method? This exit poll will comes under which research method? The researcher who is taking this exit poll is normally called as pollsters. Okay, the pollsters are the researcher. Just look this chart and analyze this exit poll will comes under which research method. Can you able to get it? Yes, of course, it comes under the second method, survey method, and we use the primary or secondary data. Primary data, right? Why? Because it is first-hand data. We are directly collecting from the voters. We are just cast their vote and just exited from the poll station. Now, which type of data it is? Whether it is a qualitative data? No, right? As a quantitative data. Yes, it's a quantitative data, and when to use? To understand general characteristics of a population. We have a population and we have to understand the general characteristics. What is the general characteristics here? To whom they have voted, and they want to know or they want to project what will be the election result. That is exit poll. Okay, now I think you are much more clear about the topic, the different methods of data collection, different methods of research, and what is an exit poll, and in which research method the exit polls comes under. I think you are all well known about these facts. So keep researching something, keep grab much more information, and enrich the knowledge. Okay then, see you all again. Have a great day. Bye.